Well, hello, hello, hello. I am so glad to be here with you guys. Hopefully, if you're a subscriber, you have gotten a notification that says, Arica Angelo is live. You know, I love to surprise you guys. I never want you guys to just get in the habit of, oh, well, she's going to do a live on this day. No. I want to keep you on your toes because this is living, my man. So for those of you who have joined, welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you're new here and you're watching this after it's been live streamed, my name is Arica Angelo, and I'm a dating and relationship expert. And I've been serving men for over 12 years as a dating and relationship expert, helping men become the kind of man that women actually desire. So if that is something that appeals to you, you're at the right place. So make sure that you subscribe and turn on that notification bell, because I do these very random live videos and you don't know about them unless you're subscribed and you have the notification bell turned on, and it'll let you know, hey, Arica's doing one of these. I have subscribed to so many channels and I never see any of their videos. And so it really does matter that you hit that little bell, and it will tell you exactly when these live videos occur, or when I release any video for that matter. So those of you who are here, thank you for joining me. If you would just hit the thumbs up to let me know that you're here, and also let me know where you're from. I've got Derek from California, and Cayman from Durham, North Carolina. Tyler is here with a wonderful butterfly. Thank you. So guys, how to stop attracting the wrong person? Like, this is a big topic. And the reality of this is, if you are the person, which a lot of my clients that come to me are men who are in this very situation where they keep attracting the wrong girl, girls that put them in the friend zone, women who have been through a lot and they just kind of like take advantage of the guy, and the guy just always feels like he's being stepped on. Like, these are the guys that come to me and say, help me. How do I stop attracting the wrong person? And let's just be honest about that for a moment before I even tell you like how to stop doing that. Let's be honest with the fact that it is a real emotion, like a real emotion of frustration. When you have invested your life into a person and they can't reciprocate that love, they can't reciprocate that mutual respect, the investment that you make, and when that is not honored, it's so frustrating. How many of you have been there before? I have been there before. I have attracted the wrong person. The thing about women, though, is typically as a woman, because our intuition is so cultivated and so high, we know that going in. We knew that right going. I knew that right going in. You're like, oh, it'll work out, and it never does. So yeah, when you attract the wrong person, it hurts. It really hurts. For some people, when they've done this, they never want to fall in love again because it hurt so bad. And for those of you who have attracted the wrong person and you're still going at it and you're still like, no, I really am determined to find love, that takes so much courage, and I honor your courage. I honor your tenacity to keep going. Even if you've been burned by women and you say, I refuse to give up on love. I am committed to finding love. I'm committed to finding the right person. Then that takes so much strength. It takes so much courage. You know, you see so many of the men with the MGTOW movement, and you see in that movement a lot of hurt, broken men who have essentially are frustrated. They've given up. They don't have the right tools to bring the right woman. So they've sort of given up and are just like gonna do this existence of not having real connection, not having real intimacy, which is not what we're made for. We're made for intimacy. We're made for connection. You know, the idea of bringing a human being into this earth is through the actual act of lovemaking and being in love with that person. So I'm just so grateful that you guys are even willing to watch a video like this. That says a lot about your heart. And you should feel very brave and courageous on the inside, that even if you've attracted the wrong person, that you've decided to not give up on love. So I honor you. I honor you. I honor you. I honor you. Yeah, Ryan says it's time, it's money, it's energy. Yeah, all of that goes, you feel like it goes out the window when you've attracted the wrong person. So how do you stop attracting the wrong person? It is really a journey of asking yourself all of the right questions. It is a journey of facing yourself in the mirror. It is a journey of the emotional warrior. And, you know, I talk about this so much because this is really my life mission. My life mission is to really equip people to become emotional warriors so that they can find love, they can be in love, and they can actually keep that love, because love is not for the faint of heart. And you ask any person who's in a relationship and they say, man, I heard one man say, he said, I've never ever said I was going to divorce my wife, but I have talked about killing her so many times. And he was being funny and facetious, but it's true. Relationships can be really challenging. And so it's not for the faint of heart, and it requires the heart of an emotional warrior. And so if you guys keep hearing about that, I've had men say, what is an emotional warrior? I'm going to put the link in the chat box, and then we'll also put it in the comments after this is finished. So hi, Kim. Oh, I love when Kim's here. Kim's like the one woman who like comes to my channel and really supports all the guys. She's amazing. You guys should be friends with Kim. She's incredible. So when we're attracting the wrong person, let me tell you something. It comes from two places. It comes from our own wounds, our own past, our wounds of our past, of when our parents have told us we're not worthy enough, when we go through an act of betrayal, all these things that happen to our hearts, because things happen to our hearts. And what happens is when these things happen to our hearts, we shut down. And so a lot of times when we shut down, our heart doesn't grow or cultivate from there, and it stays in that same stuck position. Well, guess what? That stuck position keeps attracting the same people, and there's no movement. I saw a really interesting thing today. I'm debating whether or not I should share it, but I'm just going to share it. Today I was on the beach and I saw this beautiful girl, and I know some history about this woman, and I know that she had the opportunity to be with a really nice man. Granted, he was not perfect. He had his issues, as we all do. But for whatever reason, you know, his issues came up and she just bailed. And so now she's with a guy, and I saw the guy, and the guy, he just does, he feels heavy. He kind of just looks like that, like dark kind of person, you know, like some people just have that energy. It's just dark. And I looked at them as a couple and I thought, oh, it looks like two people who are hurt and wounded and are just going to do their best to be hurt and wounded together, and they're not going to really heal and go through their own journey. So it's like having two sick people in a relationship. And I thought, wow, if that girl could really face herself, she could really like be in a beautiful relationship with this other guy. But instead, she just, as beautiful as she was, she just looked so dark and heavy, and like her energy just felt really low. She looked like a person who'd been doing drugs the night before and was just like showed up in the morning. And I know that sounds really harsh, but that's the reality. When we don't face ourselves in the mirror, when we don't address those things that have happened to us, those wounds, what they do is they just keep us stuck and we stay in the same place. And what happens is we become magnets and we start attracting the same exact people who mirror our frequency. If you've ever studied anything about quantum physics or energy or the law of attraction, it's like will always attract like. And so when you don't address yourself, then what happens is you start finding people who become magnets for the stuck place that you're in, for the broken place that you're in. And so one of the strongest things that I can ever tell someone, and someone said, like, what's that one piece of advice? People say this to me all the time when I say I'm a YouTuber, I'm a dating and relationship expert for men. People always say, what's that one piece of advice that you would give to anyone? And I always, or I'm starting to say, I don't say, I always say, it sounds so arrogant. I always say, but I always say, have the courage to face yourself, because when you can face yourself, you can face your partner. And when you can face yourself and heal yourself, then you're able to accept a better partner into your life. But your partner will always match your frequency. So if you don't up level your frequency, your partner will eventually leave. Like it's a growth. Like hopefully this is what you want. This is the kind of person you actually do want to attract. You want to attract someone who is constantly committed to growing and evolving themselves, which requires you to consistently face yourself. Now, facing ourselves is a scary thing, right? Because we've been told we're worthless, we're no good, we're not enough, we're too much. So the idea of facing ourselves is like, whoa, I don't want to do that. I remember when I had a counselor ask me to face myself in my early 20s. It was the most terrifying thing. I remember sitting on a bed saying, I'm going to go look in the mirror and I'm going to go face myself. And I was shaking on the bed. I was crying. I almost had to crawl to that bathroom mirror to look at myself in the mirror to be able to even face myself. Why? Because I came from a background of feeling unworthy and shameful. Like I grew up in Texas and I had like so much shame over being part Hispanic. I don't even talk about this on YouTube, but yeah, there was like so much shame because all the beautiful girls were blonde hair and blue eyes. And because I was part Mexican, man, I faced a lot of like racial tension between every race. Like I didn't fit in with anyone because my dad was white, my mom was Mexican, and there was so much shame. And I remember it wasn't until I moved to Columbus, Ohio and left Texas that people started calling me exotic. And I was like, I'm exotic. They were like, yeah, your skin's dark, you have these dark eyes, you're exotic. And I had lived most of my life thinking that beauty was only blonde hair and blue eyes. Like that stuff sticks with you. And so I came from a background of just feeling tons of shame and unworthiness. And so when this counselor said, I want you to face yourself in the mirror, that shit was scary as, you get what I'm saying? And so guys, but the thing is, this is the only way to correct your path. It's like a ship going towards the iceberg. Think of the Titanic. When we don't face ourselves, when we don't address what's going on inside and we stay stuck there, it's like heading right for an iceberg. We're just going right toward it. And it's like the Titanic, iceberg, right ahead. And when we don't look at ourselves, we just eventually, slowly but surely, we get into the same relationship. We attract the same woman with the same brokenness, the same anger, the same past that she's not willing to confront. All those things, we just head right for that iceberg and we get right in the same relationship. But just like a ship, to change the motion of the direction that a ship goes into, it is a very slow process, right? And so the power in this is when you're able to face yourself, it is that movement that starts slowly. You may not see it immediately. It may not happen. It may not be this microwave process that us Americans are so accustomed to, which is like Burger King, my way, right away. I want it right now. It doesn't happen that way. But when you face yourself, you make those slow movements that last a lifetime. And so you have a choice to make. Either you face yourself and change the course of your direction and attract a woman who's going to love you, respect you, and admire you, and do the work to face yourself. As Kim is saying, be responsible for yourself. Or you can be the guy that goes, nope, I'm not going to do that. Sounds like a long process. Sounds painful. I'm going to stay in the same direction I've always gone in. And what happens is you also create a life of pain, a life of dullness of the heart, a life of frustration, a life of feeling lost. You know, I meet men in their 50s and 60s who just still can be the most successful men in the world. And then they will secretly tell me, Arica, I still feel so lost in my life. And what you see are men, they are the byproduct of the commitments that they're, or the lack of commitments that they're making within themselves to want to face themselves. So guys, if you don't know the whole emotional warrior, let me just share this page with you. It's really that. It's having an emotional warrior has the courage to be able to face themselves and go, the path that I'm on is not okay. And how you know how your path is not okay? The clear indication is by what you bring into your life. When you bring the same thing over and over, that's when you have to stop and go, what is going on with me so that I don't keep having this occur in my life? Because I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of being in the friend zone. I'm tired of taking in broken women and accepting their shit. I am tired of always being the pillow, but never being the guy that actually gets to love her and have sex with her. I'm tired of being that guy, and something has to change, and that change has to occur within me. I have to find the courage and the guts to be able to go within, to look at myself, face myself, and hire a coach like Arica Angelo, or become an emotional warrior. And I'm going to share it with you here, and do that so that I can change the course of my life, the direction of my life, so that I no longer have to be stuck. So who does this resonate with? Tell me in the chat. Like, does this speak to you? Let me know. I want to know if what I am saying, you're like, I get it. Or if what I'm saying, you're just like, Arica, I have no idea what you're talking about, but you've got those pretty red lips on, so I'm just going to keep watching. Brandon says, of course he gets it. Brandon, awesome. I'm so glad. Cayman says, this speaks to me. Yeah, I love that. Derek says, wanting to bring out my sexy lover beast. Yomsky says, Arica, you looking fine as usual. Okay, boo-boo, thank you. Ryan says, I used to be like that years ago in my 20s. Good for you for making the change, Ryan. Frank says, amen. I feel like I'm in church. Amen. I must be in church. Where am I? In church. Everyone says that. They feel like they like come to church when they talk to me, but I didn't even preach today. I didn't even go off like I normally do when I get fiery. So guys, listen, have the courage to face yourself. If you keep attracting the wrong person, there's something inside of you that's not resolved. It's very simple, and yet it's very complicated. There's something inside of you that's not resolved. We are magnets. We are energy. And if we keep getting something that we don't enjoy, we don't want, then we have to say, what inside of me needs to change so that I change this dynamic, okay? And for some people, it's just a fast change. For some people, it's a journey of healing. For me, personally, I didn't get that like fast healing. Like that just has not been my journey. I think also the reason why it's not my journey is because I am a healer and I am a coach. And so, you know, I learn lessons so that I could equip people. But listen, it's a journey, you guys. So, but listen, when you make a decision, I'm going to say that again. When you make a decision, do I need to say it one more time? I think I will. When you make a decision that my life will no longer be this way, I will not continue to attract wrong women into my life, and that I'm committed to facing myself so that the right woman can show up. I'm going to have the balls to consistently face myself. It's not like you hire Arica Angelo for one time and it's like, I'm just like, everything's changed. No, it's a commitment to yourself every single day of your life. Love yourself enough to commit to yourself. And if you're not in the place where you love yourself, then just look at the pain. And if the pain keeps showing up, just go, ouch, damn it. This is too much pain. I want to change. Most people start from there. Most people don't start from loving themselves because most people have not been equipped to love themselves. So they have to start from the point of pain. So if you're in the point of pain and you're like, I'm tired of doing this, then I encourage you to look at my whole emotional warrior page and go, okay, something has to change, and the change has to occur within. Listen, guys, you have what it takes. You really do. The beauty of facing yourself is you will find out that you are far better, you're far more courageous, you're far more lovable than you ever realized. But you'll never find out just how phenomenal you are, how fantastic you are, how lovable you are until you start facing yourself. So have the courage to face yourself, because there is someone who is strong, beautiful, and a warrior on the inside. And I want you to be able to find that guy. Know that in this very moment that you are so loved. You are so loved. You are so loved. You are so loved. Know that you are loved. And I will see you guys in my next video. You guys take care. Love you so, so much.